Last week I ran in a 5 kilometer race. It was great fun. My time for the 5 kilometer race wasn't anything spectacular. It was okay. It was good enough. It was somewhat okay. Now, I don't run that many short races. I mostly do trail running, long distance events that last for hours. But every so often it's nice to go fast. So what are the things that stop you from running as fast as you like for as long as you want? Well, if you've tried it, you know already. Your body's on fire. You can't take it anymore. It feels like you've swallowed a bucket full of acid, which you kind of have. And also your lungs are exploding. You're so out of breath, you just can't take it anymore and you just have to slow down or stop completely. And so yes, technique is important. Tempo is important. The strength of your muscles is important, but none of that matters if your body is full of acid and you can't breathe anymore. The vast majority of my training is slow running. Once a week I'll do a fartlek of intervals, some fast sprints and repeats up a hill, but that's it. So how does this older runner who mostly does slow running manage to do a time that's somewhat okay? How did I run so fast although my training is almost all slow? Was it because of my good looks, great ass, or my legs that never quit? Well, yeah, but there's more to it. So what's going on in our bodies? The muscles on our skeleton are a bundle of fibers. There are 3 types of muscle fibers: slow twitch and fast and super fast twitch. Now, if I can get off my couch and move at a slow speed, such as walking, my body first recruits slow twitch muscle fibers. These contract slowly so they don't give much power. However, they contain a lot of mitochondria. Mitochondria are units that give a cell energy by burning fuel with oxygen. This is oxidation. The slow twitch muscle fibers are very good at oxidation, which makes them efficient and gives us our powers of endurance. The fuels that can be oxidized at this point are glucose or fat or lactate. Now, I'm an endurance runner, so I train at this kind of slow intensity a lot because I want to have good, efficient oxidation, especially fat oxidation, so that I can run for a long way. That's called developing an aerobic base. Now, how fast you're going before you hit this peak intensity really depends on the strength of your aerobic base. If you're just starting out, that speed may be just walking. Then later on, as your base improves, you may be able to run slowly and still be in the zone. As we run faster and faster, the slow twitch muscle fibers can't provide enough power anymore, so the body recruits the fast twitch muscle fibers. Now, the fast twitch muscle fibers contract rapidly, giving us the power we need, but they don't contain many mitochondria. So while they will oxidize glucose where they can, they will also burn glucose anaerobically, that is, without oxygen. This anaerobic process produces spare hydrogen ions, which could cause acidity in the blood and muscles, in other words, making them feel like they're burning. But luckily, the anaerobic process also creates lactate. Now, lactate can combine with the hydrogen ions to buffer the acid state, and the body can oxidize the lactate, removing the acid from the blood and producing more energy. The oxidation of lactate is vital to prevent acid buildup and to keep the body moving. And where does it happen? It happens in the brain, the heart, the liver, but most of all, it happens in the mitochondria of the slow twitch muscle fibers. In other words, the power of the anaerobic system depends on the health and efficiency of the aerobic system. Up to a point. Eventually, if you go faster and faster, you get to the point where you're doing so much anaerobic processing that the body cannot oxidize all of its byproducts. After this point, it's only a matter of time until you're overwhelmed by the burning muscles and you're forced to slow down. But once again, the intensity with which your body can work before you hit this threshold is determined by just how well your aerobic system can clear away the lactate. So now you can see the importance of having a good aerobic base. Efficient oxidation increases the speed you can go before anaerobic processing even begins. And efficient oxidation clears away the lactate and hydrogen ions, increasing the speed at which you can go before you can be overwhelmed by burning muscles. Oh, one of the reasons is we got out of breath.
We breathe in oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Usually this is in balance, but during intense exercise we burn our fuel so fast it can produce carbon dioxide faster than the body can get rid of it. When there's too much carbon dioxide inside us, our body forces us to slow down, and we catch our breath until we achieve balance once again. This means that the speed we can run before we get out of breath is once again governed by the efficiency of the whole aerobic system. The heart, lungs, bloodstream, and metabolic fitness all contribute to moving oxygen in and carbon dioxide out. So it's not hard to understand how aerobic training helps here. During the long walks or slow runs, we put our aerobic system under small but constant pressure to improve. And those improvements pay off when it's time to run fast. And so training slow really can help you run faster.
Now, of course, that's not to say that all you need is slow running or that it's a panacea. To be honest, if I wanted to set a faster 5k time, I would include more tempo runs and more threshold runs in my training so that my heart and lungs are more used to performing under that pace. But you can't do everything, and 5k, 10k races aren't really my goal. I prefer to concentrate on longer distances. It's just nice to do one every so often.